filled it out, sent it back. It took a few minutes. And look at this. They sent me this free beneficiary planner just for calling. I filled in all my important information and final wishes. Now my kids will have everything they need in one place.
Ready to learn more? Call for free information and your free gift. There's no obligation. Every policy we issue comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. Why wait? Call now.
Call 1-800-862-8600 for your free information and your free beneficiary planner. That's 1-800-862-8600. There's no obligation. 1-800-862-8600. Call now.
The winning's always wilder at the bigger, better Calder Casino. Want to make playing at Calder even more rewarding? Join the club. All new members scratch 5 times and win at least $100 in free play. Only at Calder Casino.
7 News. Stay connected 24/7. Now at 10.
A furious mob holding a man down. Now he's behind bars, accused of sexually assaulting a young girl at an area park. On just one station, a suspected thief arrested again, and business owners say they're fed up with the man's repeated crimes. Permission granted. Democratic lawmakers set to tour Florida's controversial migrant detention facility, Alligator Alcatraz, but they say this is not enough. The death toll in Texas is rising.
Every time I close my eyes, I hear people screaming.
This as flash floods in neighboring states leave behind a trail of destruction.
Historic Morningside, filled with trees that have been there for decades and now will be cut down to make way for sidewalks.
I think it's a tragedy. We moved here because of the beauty of neighborhood.
Can the city be stopped from coming in with chainsaws? Let's see.
All right, good morning, South Florida. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Tavares Jones.
And I'm Heather Walker in for Alex Yarmus. Today in Florida at 10 starts right now.
This is 7 News Today in Florida.
And we begin with a live view of North Bay Village on this Thursday morning. Looking beautiful out there. A break in the rain. Nice to see that.
That's a good thing. Let's get to a check of area weather as you start your day. Meteorologist Erica Delgado live in the Plex with a first look for us. Hey, Erica, good morning.
Hey, Tavares, Heather, and you said it right, a break in the rain because we are expecting more showers and storms in the forecast. Not overly wet, but we will still see a chance heading into the afternoon. It's all because of this pesky low that we find here in the Caribbean. It's drawing up moisture, and look at all the thunderstorm activity that it's creating across the Bahamas and surrounding South Florida. So we will remain unsettled through the next few days, all courtesy of this upper low, and that means higher rain chances heading into the weekend. Quick check on our temperatures: 89 in Hollywood, 87 in Pompano Beach, 86 right now in the Fort Lauderdale area as we work our way into Miami-Dade, 86 in Miami, Kendall and Homestead, 87 in Hialeah as well. We're seeing some upper 80s across the lower Keys, Big Pine and Cudjoe, mid 80s from Marathon and to Isla Mirada and Key Largo, with a very light and variable.
But it's like he's trying to run a one-man band out there behind his seat, and we've kind of this is a make or break season. He's got to make an impact. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody in attendance right now. Welcome back. We got a lot to talk about today. Holy shit, it's Thursday the 10th. We're in July, and we're buzzing through the month. Moving way too fast. I got to be super honest with you. Holy shit. We got a lot to talk about today. You know we're in the vertical form right now. Good morning to all you beautiful people in the chat. You know what we're talking about today, boy. What is going on right now? The Epstein List. People in the chat right now, we're going to dive into it. We're going to talk about the Epstein List. We're going to go into this piece where it says, are they being held hostage? Is it being held hostage? I better say it better, right? And then is there a client list? What the hell is going on, people in the chat right now? If you're watching live, welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. I love and appreciate you. I love and appreciate you for joining us in the morning. You see us in the chat. We have over 55, over 60 people in the building right now. I got videos for you. I got clips for you. And if you're watching live and you're on your mobile device like this and you're watching, having a good time, double tap your screen. Let's get that like button running up today. I want to get to 100 freaking likes as fast as possible. We got a lot of shit. We got live guests coming on next week. Holy shit, the new studio in downtown Miami is going to be balling. Yesterday, I was out on the show. We had a meeting in the new studio. As you know, August 1st, we have a massive new upgrade, studio, live guests, everything happened right here in the building. You guys are going to love it. You guys are going to enjoy it as we get ready to hit 100 people in the chat in just 1 second. And every time we go up 100, put it in the chat. 100, 200, 300. Let's rock and roll the new studio. And if you're in the Mason mob, you are going to get a chance to come in the freaking studio. Hang out with me and talk live in the building. I encourage that. I would love to have you here. Appreciate you. Big time in the building. How you feeling? Look, man, I missed coming on. I missed you guys yesterday. Lala, Tracy, who's in the chat right now before I show these videos? Life's a reality with Stacy. What's going on, Stacy? So glad to have you in here. You know we miss you. Love having you in here. Will I am in the building. Big Bill Crow in the building. We love having you. Amani, what's going on? Let me scroll up. RB's in the chat. Our moderators, we love and appreciate you. Tracy, Candy, Pitbull Mama. The show would not be great without you. Let me scroll up before we get started. Nathan, how are we doing today? Holy shit, that was a lot to say. How are we doing, people in the chat? Roger in the building. What's going on? I just went all the way up to make sure I get everybody's name. If you're new in the building right now, put first time. And look, if you're a subscriber of the show, let them know. Put something in the chat. Put a message and say something to somebody in the chat. Let them know that you're in here right now. Drop a name in the chat. Here we go, people in the building. We're going to dive into it right now. Donald Trump, President of the United States. You guys know where I stand on that. I was a big supporter. I love the fact that he's coming in, shaking stuff up. I love a lot of what he's doing. What I want to talk about today, the Epstein list. You know, I got to give it to you straight. I don't bullshit. I don't come here. We got 100 people in the freaking building right now. Let me make sure I got that on. 100 people, baby. Make some noise! What I'm telling you is this. There's an Epstein list for a reason. Some shit happened, right? Stuff was documented. Planes were taken, boats were taken, whatever you want to call it. People are like, is there a list? I don't know if there's a client list, but I can damn sure tell you there was a visitor list, right? People in the chat, I got clips to you right now. Hold on a second. If you're watching live, I got my coffee here, and I got my famous cup my mom gave me, like I told you guys before. It's where you go, I go. It's on here right now because I said I live out of state, live in Florida, and she's up north. She said, wherever you go, I go. Here we go. Right now, let me get some damn videos on here for you guys to take a look. We're talking about Epstein. This was the response Trump gave yesterday. Let's take a look.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said I was asked a question about the client list.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed. And my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
You know, I got to give it to you straight. People come in the chat right now, and I show these clips all over the place, all over social media. I don't bullshit. I got to tell you, I was a big supporter of Trump, still am. But when we get to the Epstein list, got to call a spade. Will not screw that shit up. The Epstein list needs to be announced. It needs to be put on blast. People in the chat, we got to know what the hell's going on. So far, 92% of people put yes. 93% of people in the chat. Make sure you vote right now. A lot of people coming into the building right now. Hit over 200. You're going to see it coming and going up over 200, 300 people. What happens is it shows some advertisements. You can watch them or you can skip through them. But what I'm telling you is this. We'll watch that clip again. Donald Trump said, why are people talking about this guy when in a time like this? And I get that. Crazy shit going on out in Texas. We got people dying out here. We got a lot of shit going on. And I'm like, you know what? That is a time to focus on that. Reporters come in and say, what about the Epstein list? The Epstein list is important, but at that very time, I get what he was saying. But let's get to the nitty gritty, okay? As a Trump supporter, as a Republican, and again, free enterprise, I like building businesses. I like lowering taxes on people building businesses. I like people to build in America. I agree with all this stuff. We talk about immigrants. We have a live attorney who's going to come on our show and talk about the immigrants being deported, what you can do. It's going to be great to talk about. He's actually a liberal, calling him, and he's going to tell me why they should be here. So we're going to have a nice debate. That'll be great, and the people in the chat can call in. We'd love that. You must have Google Chrome. I figured it out, people. On your phones, you can call in with Google Chrome. Damn it. You can call in with Google Chrome. Speaking of Chrome, we have Chrome in the chat right now. Everyday media in the building. How you feeling? Camo in the building right now. Listen, what I'm telling you is this, people in the chat. I'm going to show this clip again, and I'm going to break it down. I like what he's doing, but when it comes to the Epstein list, I'm not a fan if you're not going to release this shit. If you said you're going to do it, you better do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch that clip again, people in the chat. Take a look.
You're still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed. And my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
What I'll freaking tell you is this man went to jail and then died in prison. They said it was a suicide. Some people said he got killed. At the end of the day, people, it's been now long enough that should be reviewed, right? You know I get on here and call a spade. All my people in the chat right now, you know I love what Trump is doing in a lot of things. But when it comes to this, maybe he's doing the right thing. I don't know how he's going to release it. In the chat right now, put 300 in the chat. We just went over 300. You're going to see it going up and going down. Love and appreciate you in the building. Sharky in the house. Pride family in the house. Devon Flowers in the freaking building. Let's go. Who else is in here coming in for the first time? Let us know. Camo said, what's going on? Do I support Alcatraz camp? I'm going to go over that. And we have a live attorney that's going to call in and talk about Alcatraz. That's a big conversation we're going to have. But let's move on real quick. Now, Elon Musk, what did he say about the situation? Let's take a look.
I think the public will be rightly frustrated if no one is prosecuted for the Epstein client list, no one at all. Which, no one, like at least, I don't know, the top 5 or something, like some number. There should at least be an attempted prosecution of the worst offenders.
Well, particularly if Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail for sex trafficking.
Yes.
Because,
well, that means sex trafficking occurred.
Right. So she's in jail for it.
Yes.
So
who were the clients?
Yeah. Yeah, how do you put someone in jail and you don't even name the clients? That sounds kind of insane.
I think, yes, it would. Yes.
It's just stunning that they've been able to hold it back for so long. It's really kind of amazing. Yes. Like when people say that people can't keep secrets, what the fuck are you talking about? Look at this.
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of these things are not like it's common knowledge, but we don't actually have the proof.
Right.
So the proof is there. I mean, there's lots of videos. Yeah, there's lots. I mean, the dude is like a mountain of whenever they raided Epstein's place, there would have been like a mountain of evidence. Where is that mountain?
Right. What'd you do with it?
Yes. Like who took possession of the evidence?
Yeah.
Specifically.
Right.
The individuals.
Where are the tapes?
Yes.
So we're going to get to that right now. People in the chat said, who the hell, where's the list at? We're going to get to that right now, people in the building. Listen, when I take a look at this, and a lot of people are like, well, yeah, there's Epstein list, there's a client list. We're all sitting back going, yeah, there's a list, but who the hell, where's the list at? K Dallas in the building. Welcome to the show. People in the chat, if you're watching live right now, everybody put Epstein in the chat right now. If you're watching live, to show you are not a bot and you're a real person, in the chat right now. Put Epstein list. Over 300 people in the building. Put Epstein right now. Hit the freaking like button right now and drive that shit up because we got to get ready to get going on this. I got a lot of clips you got to see. They said, who got the list? Well, I got a video for you to see who got the list. I got a video to go over a bunch of stuff right here so you guys understand what I'm saying. And if it sounds like I'm shouting, it's because I'm freaking pissed off about the shit, Heather. That's why I'm shouting. And I will turn it down if you can't hear that well. Or you can turn your shit down. War mode in the building. Welcome to the show. King Dope in the chat. Everyday media in the building. How are you feeling? RB, Pimple, Mama, Tracy. Listen, everybody put Epstein list in the chat right now. I'm going to show a clip. They said, where's the list at? Now, if they prosecuted people, Epstein, right, and his right-hand woman, if you want to say, right? If they did that, then obviously somebody did something wrong somewhere, right? So where is the list? Who has it? Why are they holding it back? Is it because these people are too important? A lot of people are going to say, well, Trump's on the list, right? A lot of people are going to say Trump's on the list or this person's on the list. I think people have to be careful. I'm not saying he is on the list. I'm not saying he's not on the list. But what I'm saying is people got to be careful just throwing shit out there. Those showing pictures of Obama on the boat with kids going on Epstein Island. All these things with AI and shit. We don't know if it's real, if it's fake. We can't figure nothing out. Tyree in the building. Welcome to the show. How you feeling? How are you feeling? Giovanni, what's going on in the chat? How are you? Let me pin. If you guys got messages in the chat right now, I'm dropping some shit up there. What state are you based in? Drop your state in the chat right now where you are based as I get ready to show you a clip that I want you guys to see. Here we go. Let me pull this shit up here. Let's take a look at this. This was interesting. And they said this is where, basically, where the freaking tapes went. Let me see if I got the other one here. Give me 1 second here. I got a bunch of clips that you got to see. But let's take a look at this one and get started.
Today, the Department of Justice said Jeffrey Epstein killed himself and that he had no client list whatsoever. Now, we knew Epstein didn't keep a list of people he was blackmailing in his diary, but there should be case files, mountains of them, mountains of paperwork going back decades. Where'd that go? In 2008, federal prosecutor Alex Acosta gave Epstein one of the sweetest of sweetheart deals of all time and even let him go back to his house to get massages when he was supposed to be in jail. Then in 2020, the Justice Department revealed that nearly a year of Acosta's emails about the Epstein case disappeared because of a technical glitch. Sure. In 2019, the feds raided Epstein's 4 homes after he was arrested, and they seized surveillance footage along with hard drives, discs, tapes. Epstein had hundreds of high-profile people spend time at his homes. We're just supposed to assume nothing bad happened? Was there another glitch? One of Epstein's accusers say the cameras saw everything.
I saw all the cameras. What it was like old televisions, basically, like stacked, but they were monitors inside this cabinet. And there were men sitting here, and I looked on the cameras and I saw toilet, toilet, bed, bed, toilet, bed. It was very obvious that they were like monitoring private moments.
All of this evidence keeps disappearing. Epstein used to be an FBI informant. He ratted on Wall Street fat cats, and it got him out of the jam.
We'll get to that in just 1 second. So you see what's going on. Shit is being reported. People are getting things. But the question is, where are the documents? Where's the list? Is there a freaking client list? Damn it. Let me show you this right now. Take a look at this. Shout out to the 600 people in the freaking building. Everybody put 600 in chat right now. I got something you guys see. Take a look. This shit is real. Take a look.
I'm not saying it's not there. Who are you going to get that?
For instance, who is currently holding, this is way off the topic, but who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book.
FBI.
But who? There's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. Just like the manifesto from the Nashville school shooting of the Catholic schools. Yeah. We still haven't seen that, right? It's not the Nashville police or PD saying we don't want this out. The FBI airmailed into that operation and said, this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation. All these local law enforcement communities get funding from the DOJ and FBI for local programs. And if you don't cooperate, you're not getting your $1 million for this, and you're not getting and that's a lot of money to these local districts. That's how they play the game.
You know, it's the same thing with Epstein's List. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing? Oh,
I saw you
give out the list.
I saw you make news this morning about that. I got to get to that.
Yeah.
You say that the FBI has Epstein's List. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
Now that's an important conversation, right? Who's on that list, right? There is a list. Now, whether it's a client, whether it's a visitor, I'm not saying whoever goes to the freaking island is a bad person. I'm not saying you can't go to a party, but the problem is if you go there with the intentions of what we think people are going there for, then shit, you're going to be questioned somewhere. And I want to tell you something to people in the chat right now. I'm going to show you this freaking clip right now. But people that are watching live, you got to understand something, okay? You got to understand something. We got messages coming in here, people saying, you know, about, oh, well, how do you support Trump? I'll tell you how, because right now it has not been released that he's on the list, right? We haven't gotten that. But we do know that he's taking care of business in different ways. If he's on the list, all I can tell you is this. My respect for Trump, as long as he releases that list before he gets out of office. And I don't agree with Elon Musk when he just said that the top 5 people or 4 people should be, you know, at least arrested. No, everybody on that freaking list, if you did the wrong shit, I'm not saying if you went to a party, you should freaking be in trouble. I'm saying if you participated in anything ridiculous or stupid or against children or any of that shit, your ass is... Listen, I don't have any time for that. Our new merch that's coming out, you guys are going to see a bunch of new changes on there. And if you're watching live in the building right now, smack that damn like button. We only got 40 likes. Let me tell you something. I'll give you guys a chance to make some money right now. If we get to 200 likes in the next minute, I'll give a lucky one of you $200 in the chat right now. If you're on your phone, double tap your screen right now. Hurry up, people want to make that money. The countdown is starting right now. If you want to get that money, you better double tap your screen right now. If you're on your Android, you got to hit those 3 dots or whatever the hell you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. But did you just see that? Let's watch that. This clip is strange. We're talking about an FBI director. We're talking about why it's not released. And I got to bring it to you straight. It doesn't matter who I vote for. It doesn't matter who I believe in. It comes down to the reality and the facts. If Trump wants to leave office as being someone that people believe in, he has to release this list. He's got to make sure that list goes out. That's all I'm telling you right now. Everybody in the chat right now that we got a bunch of people in here, everybody put a random person's name in the chat right now. Put a random person's name in the chat right now that you see typing to show them some love right now and show you are not a bot in the chat right now. Timothy Parker in the building. Michael in the house. Alonzo, how you feeling? Camo, Super Red in the chat right now. Byron, Caddy. Who else in here? Rick, how you feeling? James. Listen, join the freaking community. Don't come in here and be silent. Come in here and speak up. We want to hear your shit. We want to hear what you got to say. Let's watch this clip one more time.
I'm not saying it's not there. Who are you going to get that?
For instance, who is currently holding, this is way off the topic, but who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book.
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. Just like the manifesto from the Nashville school shooting of the Catholic school. We still haven't seen that, right? It's not the Nashville police or PD saying we don't want this out. The FBI airmailed into that operation and said this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation. All these local law enforcement communities get funding from the DOJ and FBI for local programs. And if you don't cooperate, you're not getting your $1 million for this, and you're not getting and that's a lot of money to these local districts. That's how they play the game.
You know, it's the same thing with Epstein's List. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing? Oh,
I saw you
give out the list.
I saw you make news this morning about that. I got to get to that.
Yeah.
You say that the FBI has Epstein's List. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
It has to be released, right? And then I click this button right here. It's like this. Is it being held hostage? Are they holding the freaking shit hostage? I got a clip for you to see right now. Who's on the list? Are they going to announce the freaking list? And again, if you're watching live right now, big time Trump supporter, he's got to release the freaking list if he wants to give people's love and appreciation. He's got to. People in the chat right now, hit the damn like button. I'll give you guys a chance to make some money again right now. If we get to 200 likes in the next 30 seconds, I'll give a lucky one of you right now $200. Right now, you got 30 seconds. Everybody, if you're on your phone, double tap your screen right now. Hurry up. If you're on your Android, hit those 3 dots, hit the like. Whatever you got to do, people, get to 200 likes right now as we get ready to approach 1,000 people live in the freaking building having the conversation that we got to have. This clip here, let's get back to business and let's watch this clip. Here's a good conversation. Let's take a look.
What happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars.
So here's the thing I got to say. Trump does things strategically. Any political person is supposed to do things strategically. Any sports person, any coach, you do things strategically. So what I'm saying is maybe, I'm not going to count him out. This is going on right now. He's been there for X amount of time. What, 7 months? We really got to figure out, 6, 7 months or whatever. We got to figure out how he's going to release this. He will never go down as the greatest president, like where a lot of people might think. A lot of people say no. In the chat right now, if you love Trump, put Trump in the chat right now. If you don't, then put impeach. I want to see where you stand right now. I want to see where you stand. Smith fam in the building, we greatly appreciate you. If it's your first time in the chat right now, if it's your first time in the chat watching our show, put first time, and you're going to see a lot of people welcoming you to the show. I'm telling you, if it's your first time in our chat right now, put first time. Watch how many people will welcome you to the show. I'm telling you right now, Diggs in the building, how you feeling? Welcome to the freaking chat. We greatly appreciate you coming into the building. Here we come. Here we go. All the first timers, here you go in the chat right now. Say something, people, if you're a first timer. And everyone that's been here, welcome them to the show because we appreciate them and we love them. And this is a community here. If you are watching live, subscribe to the damn channel, Sports Entertainment. We bring it to you live every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Now let's move on to the piece here that I want to talk about. Okay, I want to talk about something. Here's a couple clips that we got to just look into. This one, let's start with this.
News alert. The list with nearly 180 names of Jeffrey Epstein's associates, fixers, accusers, and employees has just been released by a judge here in New York. There are 1,000 pages of court records, and our team is going through them. And here's what we have so far. We suspected former President Bill Clinton would be named, and we were right. In a deposition with an Epstein victim, Johanna Schoberg, when she was asked, did Jeffrey ever talk to you about Bill Clinton? Johanna says, he said one time that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. The documents are also filled with names we already knew about, like Prince Andrew, billionaire Glenn Dubin, French modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel, and Clinton's former aide Doug Band. Jennifer Freeman is Epstein victim's lawyer extraordinaire. Have you come through these documents? I know there's a lot. Has anything besides the Bill Clinton name jumped out at you?
Well, one of the things that's interesting is it's not exactly what we expected or we're told. There's no list of names. There's lots and lots of documents that need to be examined and studied and see what's in there. A lot of it we already knew or could have anticipated. There's a lot of discussion by Maxwell about all the reasons why she did nothing wrong. I did think that the information about Clinton was quite interesting, and also that a victim reported being on a helicopter with him and with Maxwell. There's another statement that she made that Clinton was on the island, which is very different than what we'd heard previously. We were heard that he wasn't on the island. Again, hard to say who to believe, of course, but he was on the island, but didn't take the bait. in other words, didn't have sexual relationships with any of the girls.
Jennifer, who said in these documents that Bill Clinton was on Epstein Island?
Johanna.
So let's listen. 1,300 people in the chat. Shout out to you. I gotta give it to you straight, people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the building right now, smack that damn like button. We're at 135 likes. We need everybody in here right now. If you're on your phone watching like this, double tap your screen right now. If you got an Android, you got to hit those 3 dots and then hit that like button right now. Last chance to make some money. If we get to 200 likes in the next 30 seconds, I'll give a lucky purse right now. $100 in the chat right now. Starting counting down right now. Hit the damn like button, subscribe. Listen, if you're a subscriber of the show, put a Y in the chat right now. I want to see if you're a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, put a Y in the chat right now. I want to see if you are a subscriber of the show, and I want to break something down for you. A lot of people in here come into the chat and say a whole bunch of stuff, right? Let me tell you something. Trump is doing things you're going to love, some you're going to hate. If you put anybody from Hillary Clinton to Joe Biden to Nancy Pelosi to Kamala Harris, if you just keep on going on all the Democrats, you are going to like stuff and not like stuff. That's part of it. Should they take out Iran? Took that whole thing out, right? Should you do it? People believe in it, right? America first. Like, you got to understand something. Immigrants, they're here illegally. They got to go. All these things. You can love, you can hate it. I think Trump, I'll be honest with you, I think Trump's doing a lot of good things. But the Epstein list, for him to go down, to be someone, to be the world's greatest, if people love him, it's got to get released. Let's take a look at this guy.
No Epstein list! You're trying to tell me there's no Epstein list? Do you think I'm stupid? You said the list is on my desk, and now you're saying there's no list?
DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now.
Are we okay with people SAing innocent little girls? Are we okay with it? What a load of crap, dude. What a load of bull crap, and I don't believe it. The deep state is alive. We still have politicians. We still have representatives that should be making decisions on what's best for America. And instead, they're reporting to someone bigger, more powerful, giving them more money to help their lives instead of the American people.
Is there something bigger out there? People in the chat right now, explain this. Do you think, shout out to 1,100 people, 1,200 people in the chat right now. If you're watching live, I'm trying to get you guys paid today. Smack that like button, join the show. What I'm telling you, people watching, is there something bigger, a higher power that's stopping Trump from releasing that, right? We got to understand something for a minute. Is there a higher power? Is there someone out there now, I got people in here saying Trump's on the list right now. I got people coming to the chat. Is Trump on the list, yes or no? Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, is Trump on the list? I don't care if you voted for Trump or you didn't. In the chat right now, is Trump on the list, yes or no? I'm not talking about visiting. There's visitors out there, obviously. People, the whole shit with Diddy was all of these celebrities out there were going to these parties. They weren't all guilty. So what I'm saying is he might have been at the parties. But was he guilty at the parties? That's the question that we got to ask ourselves right now. And is that why it's not being released? We got people coming to the chat right now. If you're a Trump supporter, put Trump in the chat right now. If you're a big-time Trump supporter, put Trump in the chat right now. We're not just talking about Epstein. We're talking about Trump, what he's doing with the world. Yes or no, put Trump in the chat. If you're not a Trump supporter, put impeach in the chat. I want to see where you stand right now, and I don't give a damn. I'll still show you love. I appreciate you. You guys know where I stand if you've been here before. Put Trump in the chat if you're a big Trump supporter. If you're not, then put impeach. I want to see where you stand. I love and appreciate you regardless, and you guys can all double in the chat. Put it 2 times. Let people know what we're talking about right now, and while you're doing that, let's take another peek at this. We didn't finish this damn video here. Let me scroll up. Here we go. I got a bunch of clips on my damn screen, and wait till you see the new studio. August 1st is going to be lit. If you're in the chat right now, What state are you based in right now? Drop your freaking state in the chat right now because we want to know where you're based. I'm based down here in Miami, and we got a new studio coming August 1st. We're live. You're going to see people coming on the show, podium next to me here, other chairs in the studio. We got cameras moving, all kind of shit going on. You guys are going to be freaking pumped for that. Let me get to the next piece of the pie here. Let's take a look at this. Look what this lady had to say. This got pretty interesting.
Do you feel safe because there's threats on your life? So do you feel safe?
Yes, I feel safe. I don't have any safety issues.
Because as you told me, jails are sometimes dangerous, and Jeffrey Epstein died in jail. Do you believe that he committed suicide? Because many don't.
And by the way, this is on fast forward mode, so it's going to go a little fast, but you guys can hear the video. It's going to go a little fast on here, the sound of the people talking, but I want to make it so you guys can actually listen to what's going on, so you guys can get through it. Listen.
No, he didn't. I don't believe he did. I believe that he was murdered.
She has no shame, she has no heart, she has no conscience.
For Virginia Giuffre and survivors like her, there is no disputing the facts. As the court found, Ghislaine Maxwell procured underage girls for Jeffrey Epstein. She groomed them, sexually abused and trafficked them. In many ways, some say, she was even worse than the despicable Epstein.
I don't mean to sound sexist in any way, shape, or form, but I expected it from a man, but I didn't expect it from a woman. And, yeah, I think that's what hurts the most.
What do you make of Ghislaine Maxwell's decision to speak from jail like this?
It wasn't a surprise. It wasn't a surprise because it gives her still that feeling that she's in control, even behind bars. And I think she's doing it for attention.
Randy Kogan is a psychologist based in Florida's Palm Beach.
Okay, slow down so I can understand. Tell me what happened.
For years now, she's been treating women who, as girls, were abused by Epstein and Maxwell. Is she a monster?
I think in many ways she is. What Ghislaine did, she hunted, she preyed on these girls and procured them for sexual exploitation and sex trafficking. That's a monster.
But from behind bars, Maxwell is determined to present a selfless side as she discusses her future with brother Kevin.
If you, or when you win your appeal and get out of prison, do you think you'll be accepted again by the people who were once your friends?
Well, I can't know what my friends will do or won't do. I mean, my focus won't be on that. I will always turn to what I've now decided that will form the rest of my life, which is helping other people who are or have been incarcerated.
I just would like to thank you so much, and it's such an honor to be here.
Attaching herself to causes is not new for Ghislaine Maxwell.
I'm here representing civil society.
It was not that long ago, in an attempt to distance herself from Epstein, her great passion was to save the planet's oceans.
The deep sea and the wild animals that live there.
Now, it's other inmates and, of course, herself, with yet another spin on her relationship with former boyfriend Epstein.
When you look back and what you think your biggest mistake was?
I obviously wish I'd never met her, because I didn't know that he was so awful. I mean, obviously now, looking back with hindsight, of course.
Do you consider yourself a victim of Jeffrey?
Well, I don't love the use of the word victim. But clearly, the fact that I worked for him and that I spent time with him and knew him has devastated my life and hurt many people that I love and hold dear that are around me.
Do you believe that?
I don't. I believe that Jeffrey Epstein was an opportunity to her, and I believe that she was an opportunity to Jeffrey Epstein. Without Jeffrey, I don't believe that Ghislaine could have maintained the lifestyle that her father gave her for most of her life.
Well, he paid her $30 million.
That's exactly right. And he got plenty in return.
If Ghislaine is a victim of anyone, according to Randy Kogan, it is most likely her domineering father, the disgraced media baron, Robert Maxwell. He fleeced hundreds of millions of dollars from his employees' pension funds before his body was found floating in the Atlantic Ocean, having apparently fallen overboard from his yacht, the Lady Ghislaine. The official cause of his mysterious death in 1991 was heart attack and accidental drowning. But in echoes of her response to Epstein's suicide, Ghislaine believes in something more sinister, as she revealed in this interview in 1992.
What do you feel? What happened to him? You'll never know, so you'll never be 100% sure of exactly what took place. The only thing I'm sure of is that he did not commit suicide.
I feel that Robert and Jeffrey have very similar qualities. And I feel that Ghislaine spent most of her life trying to please her father. And her father groomed her to be this socialite, to learn how to read people and manipulate and exploit people.
People who spent time with Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein when they were together say that Ghislaine was deeply in love with Jeffrey Epstein, that she would do anything for him. Can what happened to those girls be categorized as an act of love? That she was acting out of love for Jeffrey, and that's why she did these despicable things?
I don't know.
When I take a look at that, and I appreciate you guys watching that clip, that was interesting. People watching it right now, having an interview with her in jail. Maxwell was like, what is going on here? People are like, is there a list in the chat right now? Trump has to be selective on things he does, but he also has to do this the right way. If you're watching live in the chat right now, again, put Trump in the chat right now if you're a Trump supporter. And if you're not, then put impeach. Let me see where you stand right now. People in the chat, I appreciate you regardless. Remember, do not think that this whole thing with Epstein has to do, this is about Trump. No, that's what Epstein life was about. Trump has a lot going on in the White House. Let's not forget. He's got stuff going on, obviously, with Iran. I was talking about stuff with immigrants, people coming in illegally. He's got stuff going on, dealing with deals and business and economy, all this shit going on. This is something else coming out right now. If Trump wants to remain in the best standard, especially the Republicans, he's got to release this list. Unless he's being held back, right? He's being held back. Michael, be careful putting those numbers in here. We were told a couple times that those numbers are seen as something that cannot be put in a live stream. I don't care if you put love Trump, hate Trump, impeach, whatever, but just do not put those numbers in the chat because they could stand for something that we just don't want in our chat that we found out. That can be a lot of problematic with YouTube. We appreciate you. Just make sure you don't put that. People that are in attendance right now in the building, I do believe in the chat right now, if you're watching live, everybody follow my lead and put Epstein List. That's what we want YouTube to know what we're talking about right now because a lot of people have been in the chat today. Put Epstein List in the chat right now. I got a clip I want to show you that we didn't finish. Let's take a look at this. This was important to watch.
He was told to leave Epstein alone because he belonged to intelligence. None of this adds up. Epstein was a tax consultant. When he died, his estate was $500 million. Have you ever heard of a tax consultant worth $500 million? Once Trump got back into office, his team promised answers about Epstein's affairs.
But in this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking that there were so many individuals that were hidden and kept secret and not been held accountable.
Pam Bondi said she was reviewing a stack of Epstein files.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So a few days later, she discovered that the FBI's New York office was hoarding thousands of pages of documents about the whole investigation. The top FBI guy in New York was forced out because he was playing games with these files. So what happened?
What happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars.
The feds also released 10 hours of prison surveillance footage from the night Epstein died. Now, there's no actual footage that shows Epstein's cell because of more technical errors. But you can see Epstein being escorted back to his cell after a meeting with his lawyers. Now, the feds say this proves no funny business happened behind bars. But sources tell Primetime that when EMTs arrived in the prison in the morning, the scene was totally contaminated. And there were nearly a dozen people in the cell who shouldn't have been there, and they were touching the body. And the autopsy's findings have been contested, too. Pathologist Michael Baden was in the room for the examination and said the injuries were more consistent with homicide than suicide. The tape released by the feds has its own problems. There's a full minute missing right before midnight. Now, I'm not an expert in all this stuff, but probably just another glitch. Prince Andrew was tied up with Epstein, and Bill Clinton lied about how many times he flew on the Lolita Express. Why hasn't the government told us everything it knows about these cases? Instead, the American people are forced to get small little drips of information from PIs. Bill Clinton was on those flights
numerous times.
Before we go into Bill Clinton on there, I'm just saying right now, people in the chat, we got 66,905 subscribers. If you're watching live right now, hit that damn like button, subscribe. Our goal today is get to 67,000 subscribers. I'll bring it to you straight. I tell you the truth. I don't beat around the bush. I tell you what I'm doing. I tell you what I believe in, and I believe in what you're saying as well. I want to hear from you guys. You guys can call in live. We got a lot of opportunities for you. If you're in the chat right now, what state are you based in? Again, drop it in the chat. Everybody, if you're coming in new for the first time, let us know. I want to hear what you guys gotta say. I want to hear everything. I appreciate you. You guys know where I stand on who I elected into office, but I will always tell the truth on how I'm feeling. And if you guys want to call into the show, you must have Google Chrome. I could drop it to you and you guys can call into the show or have a laptop. We obviously have guests coming on the show. If you took a look last week, had people on the show, and this week, and then obviously into tomorrow, we have more attorneys coming on, live attorneys coming on, talk about immigration. Let me get to this piece of the pie first before we do that. Let's take a look at this.
These girls who dressed, he would describe them as candy stripers. And,
so you're saying, on the flights that Bill Clinton was on with Jeffrey Epstein, the stewardess or stewardesses, many of them were underage, were dressed as candy stripers.
Correct.
And there were beds in the back of the plane?
Beds, bedroom, yes.
The Fed spent decades investigating Epstein and have had total access to his property for years. But they still can't give us a straight answer. This isn't anything new. Government's been keeping us in the dark for generations.
Join the movement. Feel the vibe.
These are the kind of things we got to talk about. I'm just telling you, people that are in the freaking chat right now watching live, I got to keep it to you straight. And I've been telling you, when I come on the damn chat and I talk about this, I come into the building, I have a conversation with you, I will tell you what I like, what I don't like, what I agree with, and what I don't agree with. And right now, one thing I will say is, Donald Trump must release these files. I don't know how. I don't know if it's possible because he has people watching him. I don't know if it's because they're like, look, at the end of the day, we have a problem. But guess what? I didn't see people complain. I got to give it to you both sides. I'm telling you that he's got to release the shit or he's wrong, right? And then the Democrats, you had Joe Biden. Why didn't they release it? Why didn't Joe Biden release any of this stuff? Why didn't Joe Biden release a lot of this stuff? Then they say they hate on Trump all the time. Deporting illegals. Obama deported a lot of people. Like, some of this stuff just isn't recognized. And that's all I'm trying to tell you. Like, I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not telling you that you're wrong for doing this or right for doing that. But what I'm saying is, as people in the country, people here right now, we have to look at America first regardless, right? America first. The safety for our kids, safety for our children. This shit with men and women's sports. In the chat right now, do you agree with men and women's sports? Important. They start putting these genders together. Do you agree with men and women's sports? Yes or no in the chat right now. Let me see it. Yes or no in the freaking chat right now. Do you agree with men and women's sports, right? And that is the kind of thing we got to talk about. All the Republicans come in and say, hell no, right? There will be Democrats that say, yes, they agree with that. And that's where I start going, okay, I'm a little confused by that because it's women's sports. And when you start intertwining all this shit, it gets all weird, and then you got, all this stuff's going on. So far, I've seen all no's so far. Men and women's sports, no, right? I'm telling you, there's some yeses out there. They're just not saying it right now, and I understand why. I wouldn't either, and I don't think that it's smart, and I think that people got to understand right now, these are some great things that Trump is doing, saying, nope, not doing that. We have to give credit where credit is due, and then if you disagree with something, we got to say, that's not a good thing, right? Deporting illegal immigrants in the chat. We're going to go over tomorrow. Should they deport illegal immigrants? Yes or no? Should they deport illegal immigrants? Put in the chat, put deport or put let them stay. In the chat right now, put deport or put let them stay. And I'm asking this because, we're having this conversation. I want to get to know you people in the chat. I don't give a damn if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat. I want to know how you're feeling about it. People in the chat right now, we got 224 likes. Smack that like button right now. Can we get to 300 likes right now? I will give a lucky person $100. There's over 400 people in the chat. If we get to 300 likes in the next 30 seconds, I'll give one of you watching right now $100 right now on the show. And you know I'll do it. I've done it a million times in the chat right now. Hit the damn like button in front of your screen. Double tap it. If you're on Android, you got to hit those 3 dots and do it. But, you know, this part that we're having today, the conversation, just so you guys know what we hit. We hit over 50,000 views this morning. This was the most interesting piece that I want to pop up again. If you just joined us, watch this.
Because there's threats on your life, so do you feel safe?
Yes, I feel safe. I don't have any safety issues.
Because as you told me, jails are sometimes dangerous, and Jeffrey Epstein died in jail. Do you believe that he committed suicide? Because many don't.
No, he didn't. I don't believe he did. I believe that he was murdered.
She has no shame, she has no heart, she has no conscience.
For Virginia Giuffre and survivors like her, there is no disputing the facts. As the court found, Ghislaine Maxwell procured underage girls for Jeffrey Epstein. She groomed them, sexually abused and trafficked them. In many ways, some say, she was even worse than the despicable Epstein.
I don't mean to sound sexist in any way, shape, or form, but I expected it from a man, but I didn't expect it from a woman. And, yeah, I think that's what hurts the most.
What do you make of Ghislaine Maxwell's decision to speak from jail like this?
It wasn't a surprise. It wasn't a surprise because it gives her still that feeling that she's in control, even behind bars. And I think she's doing it for attention.
Randy Kogan is a psychologist based in Florida's Palm Beach.
Okay, slow down so I can understand. Tell me what happened.
For years now, she's been treating women who, as girls, were abused by Epstein and Maxwell. Is she a monster?
I think in many ways she is. What Ghislaine did, she hunted, she preyed on these girls and procured them for sexual exploitation and sexual trafficking. That's a monster.
But from behind bars, Maxwell is determined to present a selfless side as she discusses her future with brother Kevin.
If you, when you win your appeal and get out of prison, do you think you'll be accepted again by the people who were once your friends?
Well, I can't know what my friends will do or won't do. I mean, my focus won't be on that. I will always turn to what I've now decided that will form the rest of my life, which is helping other people who are or have been incarcerated.
I just would like to say thank you so much, and it's such an honor to be here.
Attaching herself to causes is not new for Ghislaine Maxwell.
I'm here representing civil society.
It was not that long ago, in an attempt to distance herself from Epstein, her great passion was to save the planet's oceans.
The deep sea and the wild animals that live there.
Now, it's other inmates and, of course, herself, with yet another spin on her relationship with former boyfriend Epstein.
When you look back, and what do you think your biggest mistake was?
I obviously wish I'd never met her, because I didn't know that he was so awful. I mean, obviously now, looking back with hindsight, of course.
Do you consider yourself a victim of Jeffrey?
Well, I don't love the use of the word victim. But clearly, the fact that I worked for him and that I spent time with him and knew him has devastated my life and hurt many people that I love and hold dear that are around me.
Do you believe that?
I don't. I believe that Jeffrey Epstein was an opportunity to her, and I believe that she was an opportunity to Jeffrey Epstein. Without Jeffrey, I don't believe that Ghislaine could have maintained the lifestyle that her father gave her for most of her life.
Well, he paid her $30 million.
That's exactly right. And he got plenty in return.
If Ghislaine is a victim of anyone, according to Randy Kogan, it is most likely her domineering father, the disgraced media baron, Robert Maxwell. He fleeced hundreds of millions of dollars from his employees' pension funds before his body was found floating in the Atlantic Ocean, having apparently fallen overboard from his yacht, the Lady Ghislaine. The official cause of his mysterious death in 1991 was heart attack and accidental drowning. But in echoes of her response to Epstein's suicide, Ghislaine believes in something more sinister, as she revealed in this interview in 1992.
What do you feel? What happened to him? You'll never know, so you'll never be 100% sure of exactly what took place. The only thing I'm sure of is that he did not commit suicide.
I feel that Robert and Jeffrey have very similar qualities. And I feel that Ghislaine spent most of her life trying to please her father. And her father groomed her to be this socialite, to learn how to read people and manipulate and exploit people.
People who spent time with Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein when they were together say that Ghislaine was deeply in love with Jeffrey Epstein, that she would do anything for him. Can what happened to those girls be categorised as an act of love? That she was acting out of love for Jeffrey, and that's why she did these despicable things?
I don't.
You know, people coming to the chat right now having conversation. You know, we got to give it to you straight. We always do. And it's just part of literally what I got to do. You know, when I look at the comments, people coming in the building right now, Jeffrey Epstein's life was not about Donald Trump, right? We got to start there. Now, was Donald Trump there? I don't know, maybe. A lot of celebrities were there. I would imagine it was similar like a Diddy party. To be honest, a lot of celebrities around the world, there is claims, I don't know personally, claims of people like Prince, Oprah, you know, and Obama and Trump. And listen, I'm saying Bill Clinton, we have people all around the clock, all different, you know, shapes, sizes, ethnic backgrounds, politicians, athletes, whatever, similar to a Diddy party, right? Except for the fact that Diddy is still alive, Epstein is gone, right? That's what we got right now. People that are watching, like, that's what we got right now. For people to come into the chat, you guys know I give it to you straight all the time. I'm not going to bullshit. I appreciate people coming to the building. Donald J. Plump, welcome to the show. Greatly appreciate you. Brookie, coming to the chat, looking in the chat. How you feeling? How are you feeling? Here's the thing. We can all say, I got to give it to you on both sides. You know, here's my problem. When I look at it, if you come into the chat and you throw shade at the Republicans, you got to look at it also from the Democrat standpoint. If you come into the chat and you go, Trump's on the list, then you better also come in and say, Obama's on the list. Or come in and say, Bill Clinton's on the list. Or come in, whatever. Don't just throw shade at the Republicans. Come in and call a spade a spade. Don't come in the chat just to go one-sided is all I'm saying. What's going on? Tony R in the building. How you feeling? Diggs, big time. Amani, Tracy, welcome to the show. We greatly appreciate having our moderators, Pipple, Mama Candy. Look, I always got to do that. And it's important to do that. RB, how you feeling? Welcome into the chat. I know you've been here. We greatly appreciate you. Just want to say hi to you again because you're a big part of what we do. Look, and this is the part that if you're just joining us right now, okay, and you did not see this, this was one of the, I would say this was a letdown for sure. I would say this was a letdown. Gumby in the chat, how you feeling? That's what I'm saying. Gumby, come in equally. Don't come in the damn chat, right? Tell them. Don't come in here throwing shade at one side. If it is only one side, fine. But don't come in going, da, 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 da. You know, Republicans do shit that's good and bad, and Democrats do things that's good and bad. You're not going to like everything. But if you come in, you go, Trump's this, he's that, he's an asshole, this and this and that, and then you don't look at it and go, well, yeah, they did hire, you know, Joe Biden. They elected him, and he was damn near senile and doesn't make any sense. Like, you got to understand both sides. I give you an unbiased perspective, being white and black, coming in here as someone who's biracial. I could only see it from both sides when you kind of give, oh, this person, Section 8, black people should have this, white people should have that. Look, work hard regardless of your situation. Some people do need that hand. Some people do deserve certain things that are not, you know, the elderly or certain, yeah, I get it. Healthcare. We have all these freaking problems. But at the end of the day, it has to be somewhere where both people, you know, both sides could come together and go, I get that. I like that. Oh, I don't like that. Let me tell you something. Trump's about to lower taxes, he's about to lower your interest rate right now on houses. Instead of being 8, 9, 10, crazy, can't afford shit, and then all of a sudden rent goes up, he's getting ready to lower that. Well, now it might go down to 2%, 3%. If he does that, all those Democrats better come in the chat and go, holy shit, I love this. You got to at least call a spade a spade. If he doesn't, then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Agent Smith, exactly. Call out both sides. Got to do what it is. Donald J. Plump, you know, I love and appreciate you coming in. But see, you're throwing shade at Trump, but did you throw shade at anybody on the Democrat side? That's what I'm saying. Did you come into the chat and talk about the Democrats? You know, I love Donald J. Plump coming in. He always comes in and tells his piece of the pie. We greatly appreciate that. People on the channel right now watching live, am I giving it to you straight? Am I being fair in the building right now? That's what I want to know, because my goal, building the show, live guests coming on, I'm going to give you my opinion, but I want to make sure that I'm giving it to you straight. If you guys are liking what I'm saying right now, put a Y in the chat right now. If I'm not giving it to you straight and I'm screwing up here, put an N in the chat. Put no, you suck. I don't care. Tell me. Put a Y in the chat. Let me know. I can only tell it like that because that's exactly how I see it. And if I was a politician, I would come on here and say, look, You don't deserve shit. You're lazy as fuck. Get your ass up and start working. You, on the other hand, I see where you came from. A little bit of help. Let me help you get where you're going, yada, yada. I get what's going on, people in the chat. I got to be honest and be faithful, be loyal to what I'm doing, and that is so important. But at the end of the day, you're never going to see me come and throw shade at Democrats and not tell. If Trump is coming in here and he's screwing up, I'm going to call it out. Why? That's the only way you can do it. That's the only way you can do it. I greatly appreciate you. All love to you guys. You know I'm here 10 to 11 every single day. If you were first time in the chat, put first time right now. If you were in the chat right now, and you are here for the first time, put first time. I love and appreciate you. I don't care. No, I'm not spitting anything for Trump. J Money, I'm telling you, the reason why I said that is when it came to Iran, I have friends that are from there. I didn't like the fact that they would have nuclear weapons. I'm glad that he took out that whole shit, and I'm glad that he handled that. And then it's like, hey, make peace. Like, I want that. I don't want to hurt them over there. And I got to tell you the reality. Standing up to China. Yeah, I want to stand up to China. Like, I'm glad he stood up to China. I'm glad he said tariffs on you. So I got to give you how I'm feeling. Now, do I believe you should take anything from elderly? Do I think you should cut Section 8 right away? No, I'm not. I don't agree with that. But what I do agree with, if you're on Section 8 and your ass ain't working and it's just going through the generation of families and all that and you're not doing shit, I don't agree with that. I come from a family where there's people on Section 8. A lot of them. And a lot of them work hard. A lot of them are lazy as fuck. Like, that's the freaking reality. And I got to be honest with you. And if you're watching live right now, I appreciate you if you're a Republican. I appreciate if you're a Democrat. I appreciate if you're an independent. And I will call you out. You guys know I will do that. When I say call you out, I'm saying in a good way. I want you guys to understand that I appreciate you. This isn't something we have debates on here. We have debates. I will tell you how I'm feeling. But at the end of the day, I can appreciate you. And I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear where you're coming from. And I cover all the topics here. Sports, entertainment, Monday through Friday right here. We're almost at 300 likes. If you're watching live right now, double tap your screen right there. Pop, pop, pop. Double tap your screen. Let's get the 300 likes right now, you beautiful people that are attending the show today. I seriously got to tell you, I appreciate you. And if you're watching live, can I ask for you guys to do an honest review of my show? That's all I'm asking. We're pushing it. We got a new studio in downtown Miami. I would love for you guys to visit. People that come in the chat all the time. I welcome Republicans, Democrats, everybody. I want you guys to come in and call into the show. Tomorrow, we will have an opportunity to have all the live callers calling again. We have a guest coming on, and we have a bunch of live callers that will call in tomorrow to join us on here. So that'll be great. And if I can ask you to do, if you guys can come on here and do an honest review of the show, we're going to drop the link in the chat right now. If it works, please go and do that. I greatly appreciate you. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. And I wholeheartedly mean that. Our show is expanding. We have some amazing people that are coming on, and we have a massive studio that's upgrading. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I hope that it works. All you got to do realistically is go on Google and type in Brandon Mason Show Miami, and you will see it pop up. Brandon Mason Show Miami. Google that when we get off. If you can go do that, I really appreciate you. And give an honest review, because I do want you guys to understand. I appreciate you regardless of what the hell background you are. And I want to make sure that I show you that. That is so important. And I can't say that enough. And I try to communicate with you guys on the chat. It is so important. And I welcome anybody, Republican, Democrat, come to my studio in downtown Miami. Come on the show. I want to hear your background. I want to hear what you got to say. Chaz, welcome to the show. King Fat, we appreciate you. Definitely. You want to come to the show? 100%. Listen, the goal today, guys, is to get to 100 reviews on our show. We just opened it up last week. We already have almost 80 reviews in the first couple days. If you can, I just put the link out there. Go to this link right now. It takes 1 second to leave a review. And be honest, I greatly appreciate you so much. Wave Network, thank you. It's just, I brought this. I showed a couple clips today because I wanted you guys to understand, like, the background of, like, what people are saying. Like, we don't know what's on the list. We want the list. I don't care if you're Trump. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care, Republican, Democrat, white, black, Spanish, Indian from another country. I don't care, all shapes, poor, rich, kid. We want the list. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter we want the list. And Trump needs to do that. He has to release that. If he doesn't, I will lose respect personally for him if he doesn't release that list. And maybe there's a higher power where he feels threatened. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Ryan, 100%. You can definitely do that. Definitely do that. Donald J. Plump, definitely want you to call in. I found out it's Google Chrome. Must have Google Chrome. You can call from your phone now. Any of that. But tomorrow live, come into the chat. We're talking about tomorrow. We have the immigrants, and we have an attorney calling, another attorney that does immigration. We got a lot of stuff going on. So I want you guys to explain that, your background tomorrow live on the show. I'm taking a look at the Google account right now where we are at. I think we're at 76 or 78 or whatever. If you guys go on Google right after the show and just type in Brandon Mason Show Miami, please leave a review. Gumby, Jay, appreciate you. Jay, I appreciate you. Ryan, Lala, I think you already did it. J Money, I greatly appreciate you. B, Chaz, King Fat, Kiana, if you're in the chat right now, whoever's in here right now, if you're watching live, when I sign off, I would really, really appreciate that. It's important, and I want to shout you out on your message. I just dropped the link in there. I appreciate you so much. Donald J. Plump said Trump lied about the list. That might be true. I did not see that, but I'm not saying that's not true. I'll definitely take a look. Daniel Turner, welcome to the show. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for all the love. And you guys, literally, without you, there is no show. And there's so much that we're going to be doing on here. Sports, entertainment, the whole season. I got you, Jasper. I got you. Smoke weed every day. Got you in the building. All love to you. And I'm taking a look at it right now. Sorry, I meant to do that and tell you where we're at. We are at right now, when I Google it, we are at 76 Google reviews in the first week. Just some people on the show. We got to get those Google reviews to 100. All you got to do, Brandon Mason Show Miami. Go leave a review. All love to you. Without you, there is no show. And I will see all of you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And if you have Instagram, if you have Twitter, TikTok, I'll be uploading a lot of clips today in just about 30, 45 minutes from the show. I will see all of you live games. NFL's back, baby. We got a lot to talk about. You guys make it great. Without you, there is no freaking show. People don't say that enough. Engaging in the chat and having a conversation, seeing your messages makes our day complete as well. Have a great rest of your day. See all of you beautiful people that are in here tomorrow morning. Make sure you guys are here. Take care.
These men came and turned it out. They looked phenomenal. So I'm so excited to ask Tyler about this. He had his cape on. He's going to be here at the end of the month promoting his movie Straw, starring Taraji P. Henson, Sherry Shepherd, and Tiana Taylor. So the Met Gala